Yeah, good afternoon and compliment of the season to all our viewers and listeners all over the world. We greet you many happy returns, and I hope you are enjoying your chickens and your food and everything over there. Anyway, I am Samuel Owosho, and this is Every Voice Matter on Facts Corner page. Thanks for joining us this special edition of EVM on Christmas. Thanks so much. And with me in the studio is Dr. Gideon Ogunye. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Samuel. Thank you so much for inviting me. Or let's say it's an interactive discussion we're going to be having.
Exactly.
So Merry Christmas to fans, viewers in every part of Africa and every part of the world, wherever they are watching us. Season greetings. We wish you the best Christmas celebrations. We wish you a holiday that is full of love, that is full of peace, that is full of joy. And we wish you best for 2023. We wish you happiness, and we wish you joy all season long and happy holidays.
Well, that's cool. And Doctor, and now it's Christmas over there.
Yeah, it's normal Christmas here in the UK. We've been to church today because the Christmas is also on Sunday. This Christmas is on Sunday, so we've been to church. We are back from church and normal eating and drinking.
Exactly. Do you have guys who throw bangers there too? Do you have guys who throw bangers?
No. Before we even start our conversation, I remember that people in Canada, because we have people in Canada that are following our pages.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Channels on social media. I learned that they woke up to about minus 50 degrees in this Christmas, and there was a storm, and many people have lost their life. I think about the last news I heard, about 20 people have lost their lives. So our thoughts are with them, our people in Canada, and we hope that the storm will come down and they will enjoy their Christmas.
Amen. So let's go straight into the discussion. It was happy days to enter 2023. I know 2023 is a very critical state in Nigeria, as we'll be having our general election during this period. And the body that conducts election in Nigeria, that is INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, has been under incessant attacks since 2019, since the completion of general election in 2019 to date. And reports have it that at least 50 attacks has been launched on INEC offices and its facilities over the time. And according to the chairman of an information and voter education of the commission, that is Festus Okoye, he said that the attacks they've seen in 2022 is actually systematic and coordinated. Do you see this as a threat to 2023 general election? What are the things that these attacks on 2023 general election?
Definitely,
because I must tell you, Nigerians are scared. They are scared of what will happen.
Definitely, these attacks, persistent attacks on INEC offices across the federation, especially in the southeast region, has adverse effects on the forthcoming general election in Nigeria. It had adverse effect on the preparation of INEC towards this election, because their facilities are under perpetual attack, persistent attacks from arsonists. They've raised a number of their offices. They are attacking their materials, ballot boxes, voting cubicles. They are attacking their buildings and even their personnel. Number one, it will take time to put these facilities, to repair these facilities, to put them in proper shape for the election. Number two, it will create fear in the minds of the people that their security is not guaranteed. It will put fears in the minds of the officials of the personnel, of INEC personnel. So it's just very sad.
Very sad.
How many days to the election now in Nigeria?
It's just less than 60 days. Less than
60 days, and we still have these persistent attacks on INEC facilities. So what I can say is that the implication is grave, is a grave implication. If the federal government of Nigeria cannot rise up to the occasion to protect strategic institutions like INEC, we may gradually be on our way to anarchy. It means that there is a serious threat to election. And if we cannot conduct the election, then anarchy looms. It's quite unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that this time we have president, commander-in-chief, service chiefs that cannot live up to expectations of their jobs, of their role to protect strategic institutions in the country, especially INEC at this critical time. So it's quite unfortunate. But I was thinking about it, and I think that the citizens, they have roles to play. In one of our episodes, I discussed something about when Kuje prison was attacked. I discussed something about see something, say something, that the role of citizens in protecting their environment, in protecting their properties, that we should have citizens, we should have like vigilantes, we should have people reporting strange movements in their neighborhood, people reporting strange objects in their neighborhood. I mean, these arsonists, they are not just dropping from heaven to attack. There will be some movement, there will be some strange faces in your neighborhood, and I think you should rise up to the occasion. They should have
noticed because they are closer to the people.
Yes, so they should rise up to the occasion to try to report and to try to have like citizen police to arrest. I mean, to arrest these evil people that do not want 2023 election.
Okay, let me quickly comment there about citizen people in the grassroots, that they should speak whenever they see things. And in the southwest part, we have the Amotekun. And Amotekun is seen to be closer to the people, and they have been doing excellently well. But they have been crying out to the government for arms. And one of the governors that has been leading that cry is the person of Rotimi Akeredolu, crying out that the federal government should equip these people so that they can even function more and more. And now you're talking about state policing or citizen policing now. Do you think that bringing in state policing will help the situation that we have right now in Nigeria in terms of insecurity and co?
To be honest with you, we cannot have, excuse me, we cannot have state police or any other security infrastructure before February 2023 elections. But what I'm saying is what we can do right now to stop the pace of this attack on INEC facilities. And that's why I said the citizens must come together, must work together, must form vigilante groups and make sure that they protect their environment, they protect their society. This is not about or any other security architecture. It's about the people taking their destiny in their hand, because the situation I see, especially in the Southeast, is that 11 million voters may be disenfranchised if the level of insecurity in that place is not put in order. If we don't do something drastic to ensure security of lives and properties in the Southeast. And I'm saying, I'm calling the citizens because I feel, and this is the honest truth, they are failed Nigerians. They are failed the people that are supposed to be responsible for security of lives and properties in Nigeria. They are failed Nigerians. So what can we do to salvage this situation? And that's why I'm calling on the citizens to see something and say something. If you see strange objects, strange movements, strange behavior, don't just keep calm. Don't just keep quiet. Say something. You have to you have to make sure that you notify. Let's provide intelligence even to the police, even though we know that police have not lived up to expectations. And because this thing is a very serious issue, it's a very, very serious issue. If care is not taken, we are heading towards anarchy in Nigeria if we cannot conduct 2023 general elections. And I don't know what the government is doing, because election is an integral component of national security. A threat to the political process in Nigeria is a threat to our national security. And it means that the state is heading towards a failed state if we cannot protect political process, if we cannot protect strategic institutions in Nigeria, such as INEC. It means that we are heading towards a failed state. And I hope that we can try as citizens to help the government provide intelligence to not take laws into our hands, but to organize citizen vigilante groups and try to see how much
intelligence.
How much you can provide intelligence to security forces in the country.
Okay, so let's move straight to the next discussion, and that is on the PVC connection. You know, it can be recalled that the INEC announced the distribution of PVC, and that comments for those that registered this year, that was December 12th. And part of the elections witnessed low turnout of citizens not collecting their PVCs from INEC, and election is just less than 60 days down. It is a point of concern to some concerned Nigerians that how are we going to have a free and fair election when citizens are not even turning out to get their PVC? Is it that they are scared, or what steps really may bring? What do you have to say to this?
Let me just say, let me just appeal to Nigerians, dear Nigerians. I mean, the moment that we have been waiting for has finally arrived, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the date, I think between December 12th to January 28th, I think, for people to come out and collect their permanent voters card at the designated locations in the country. Yes, it's between December 12th, which is like 2 weeks ago, up until January 22, 2023. That is when people need to go out and collect their PVC. So you can collect your PVC in any of where you at the registration centers where you register for the permanent voters card. And people don't want to wait until when the queue is too long. So I'm appealing to our people, especially young Nigerians that are very much interested in taking the country back, to go out and try to get their PVC before the queues would become crazy. And I think INEC has said that people can pick up their PVC between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. every day, including Saturdays and Sundays. So I'm appealing that people will take up this opportunity to go and collect their PVC so that they can be ready for 2023 general elections. And if people are just engaging in political discourse, as I've seen on Twitter, and I've seen on Facebook, on every social media platform, and they are not taking the most important step of collecting their PVC and making sure that they are ready to vote, then all those political discussion is just nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. If at the end of the day, your votes will not be part of the votes that will change things for the country. So I think I must say that I'm impressed this time around, because I see high level of citizen enlightenment, and I see high level of citizen participation in this political process, electoral process, far better than what we used to have in 2019 and in 2015 elections. In 2015 elections, I would say the participation was a little bit average, but 2019 election participation was very, very poor. And we see that with the statistics that out of the eligible voters, registered eligible voters, only about 30-something% actually turned out to vote in 2019 elections. But I'm expecting that we can get up to 60% voters turnout in 2023 elections. So what I'm saying is that if you want to change underperforming public office holders, if you want to change irresponsible leadership in Nigeria, this is the time for you to go out, collect your PVC, and be ready to cast your vote. And there's another thing that has marred the previous elections in Nigeria, which is vote buying. I just hope that people will be disciplined enough to shun selling their votes for a token. I mean, why would people sell their destiny for 8 years for just 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira? I understand that the situations in the country is very, very hard. People are suffering. But at the same time, I mean, how much is 5,000 to the suffering of 8 years? And this is what we told people in 2015 and 2019 elections about the current administration. And a lot of people did not listen to us, and we all see the implications. So I'm hoping that the citizens will come out and they will get their PVC and they will come out on the election day to constitute and to vote for the candidate of their choice. What do you want to say to this, Samuel?
PVC, because that is the only identity you have to cast your vote coming 2023 general election. Without PVC, you can absolutely do nothing. And all your shouts, your rants on getting a new Nigeria will just go like that. So it is very necessary and important for you to go out there, go to the INEC office and get your PVC so that you can be ready for 2023 general election.
Let me re-emphasize that young Nigerians, I mean, they are already living on social media. They basically live on social media. But if everything we are saying on social media amount to nothing if we don't take that step to go out of social media, go to the INEC registration areas where you registered for your PVC and collect your PVC. And one thing is clear, INEC has said that without PVC, no voting. So if you actually want to be part and you want to be counted among those that will rescue Nigeria from this current mess, then you need to go and collect your PVC so that we can vote in a credible leadership in 2023 general election. Because nobody will count ballots on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. Ballots will be counted in the ballot box, and it's only those that have PVC will have the opportunity to be able to put their vote in the ballot box for INEC to count. So if you want your votes to count, if you want your voice to count beyond social media, this is the time to go and collect your PVC.
The High Court in Abuja followed this prosecution by the anti-graft agency, and that is EFCC, for money laundering in the tone of 700 million naira. And after that, we had reports that he resigned as the DG of the presidential, of the Labour Party presidential candidate. Some Nigerians are so concerned that Labour Party assumed to be a party that they tag them as saints, and then they find this kind of mess in their custody. How will you talk about that? Because I know that you are also one of the, let me say, supporter of Labour Party, and because of the person Peter Obi, which has a new Nigeria in focus. So what will you say to that, Dr. Gideon?
Thank you very much, Samuel. So Doyin Okupe was found guilty on some of the counts before him. I think counts 34 to 59 for receiving sum of money ranging from 10 million and above on different occasions from 2012, between 2012 and 2015. when he was the senior special assistant to the president, Goodluck Jonathan. So there are a lot of misconceptions about that judgment of Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu, who found Okupe guilty of breaching Section 16(1) and 2 of Money Laundering Act. So the judgment reflects that Doyin Okupe was liable for collecting money in excess of 10 million, but that judgment did not infer corruption, that, he mismanaged public fund, or he looted public fund, or he stole public fund. The judgment was based on liability, that if any individual collects money in excess of 5 million, and that money did not go through financial institution like bank, then that person is liable to have violated Money Laundering Act. So this was what happened. And I've seen a lot of arguments that he shouldn't have been appointed Director General of Peter Obi Presidential Campaign Organization. That is not correct, because as at the time he was appointed, he was not guilty of any offense. And if the court of law has not pronounced guilty verdict on anybody, it is wrong for any political party or anybody to say that person is guilty of any offense. And when the court found him liable of Money Laundering Act and convicted him, which he later paid fine of 13 million for, you would see that the next step he did was to honorably resign his position. And that is a very, very good decision. It's a good decision because we are trying, Labour Party is revolutionizing political processes, is revolutionizing public office, and it's revolutionizing electioneering process in Nigeria, the democracy of Nigeria. Because in the past, people have been accused, and even people have been accused of corruption. People not just accused, even people have been convicted of corruption, and they are still, one way or the other, contesting elections. For example, somebody that was investigated by US government agents and was found to have accumulated some wealth from criminal activities and was made to forfeit certain amount of money to the US government from the money accumulated from criminal activities. That person is still contesting, is one of the major contenders of 2023 general presidential elections. So, Labour Party, Peter Obi, they are setting a standard of what we've not seen in Nigerian politics before. Before, people don't care. They just allow anybody that wants to talk. But this guy honorably resigned. Immediately, court found him guilty of violating Money Laundering Act. And let me say that he still have the opportunity to go to the appellate court and try to present his case and see if that judgment can be vacated. But that is by the way. So what I want to say is that Labour Party have set the standard and for other political parties to follow. And they have done the right thing. People have done the right thing to remove himself from that position, so that the position will not be a dent on Labour Party and the presidential campaign.
Okay. Thanks so much. And that will be where we'll be drawing the curtain close on Every Voice Matters today. It's the special edition for the Christmas time and the Christmas period. I wish you compliment of the season, as well as we will engage you to please and also do well in sharing our content, like and comment on all our content that you are exposed to on this platform. Say the last word to our audience, Dr. Gideon.
What I want to say is that I want to thank people our viewers all over Africa and the world for continue to support us. Please help us to share our content, help us to comment on them. And we can assure you that we'll cover other major countries in Africa from next year. In the last 6 months, our focus has been on Nigerian general elections. But from January 2023, we try as much as possible to cover politics in, not just politics, leadership, youth advocacy, youth empowerment in major countries in Africa. And so you can expect that from us from next year, January. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thanks so much for being part of this edition. See you next time.